the first to ever walk a line across the Victoria Falls Gorge. Lucas Imler and Reinhard Kindle took more than 2 years to plan their trip to Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe.
Well, as a slackliner, we're always looking for new spots to transfer our sport into, and seeing pictures from the Victoria Falls, it was definitely the biggest and best waterfall I've ever seen. So I couldn't wait to actually come here, see the place, and eventually rig a slackline and walk in front of it.
But their first challenges would come before they'd even set foot in Africa.
On a place like this, in a nature reserve, it's really hard to convince the authorities also that you know what you're doing, that you don't do any damage, and that it's safe what you do. So that was a big challenge to convince the people here that we can do this. And it's really cool to have the trust that we allowed to do this.
On reaching their crossing point, first they had to bridge the 100-metre wide gorge using lead weight, fishing line and a large slingshot.
The one side of the Highline is directly situated in the national park here. The other side is situated on the Zambezi River. It's directly on the falls where pretty much nobody can actually get there. There's only one guy driving a boat down there, and so for us it was a big adventure on the one side, and on the other side we were facing like a bunch of people waiting, cheering for us when we actually get off the line. So yeah, it's a connection in between two worlds, tourism and adventurous countryside. So that was very special for us as well.
With everything set, the friends toss a coin to decide who will attempt the crossing first. Kindle wins and steps out onto the line. The conditions are tough. Wind and spray impair his vision and shake the line.
Optically it's difficult because the spray comes from the side, and these it's like waves. They try to drag you, and obviously the webbing is very heavy because it's soaked with water.
He falls several times as Lucas looks on anxiously. But eventually makes it to the other side. Next it is Lucas's turn.
The very special thing about slacklining is that it's a dynamic balance. It's not a tight rope, it's not something which is fixed or like stable. It's a dynamic webbing which is movable in every direction. So it's a great challenge to find your way, find the way of the swing and find the balance on it to finally walk it and cross it.
He makes the crossing look easy, even stopping to perform a balancing trick halfway across, to the delight of the gathering crowd.
In slacklining we call it ascent, when you actually walk the line from one anchor point to the other without a fall. And I managed to send it in both directions. So that was pretty much the reason why we came here. It was incredible, and the best feeling was that Reini walked it shortly afterwards, so we both could share the scent again.
With their dream achieved, the two friends can celebrate.
We had a lot of challenges along the way, and we managed to face them all, and being here, walking the line finally, it's just the best reward you can get.
But Lucas knows it's not just an achievement for himself and Reinhard.
Yeah, it's very important to have a good team to do something big like this. It's not possible to do it on your own, and especially as a slackliner, you at least need a second slackliner doing the other anchor, helping you with all the stuff. And finally, it's also very, very important to have someone supporting you mentally and physically on the spot. So you need a good friend to do something like this, and Reini is for sure the best friend I could ever have for it.